What if one by one, your closest friends began to disappear, and no one but you remembered them? Worse still, you realized their vanishings might be tied to a long-forgotten secret from your childhood. This is the chilling tale of Lauren Mason, a story of betrayal, sacrifice, and a decision that will haunt you long after the final twist. Lauren Mason's life in the foggy village of Blackwood seemed simple on the surface. By day, she worked at a cozy bookshop. By night, she shared beers and laughter with her best friends. Emma, the ray of sunshine who made everything brighter. Mike, the cynic who kept them grounded. And Jules, the dreamer whose quiet nature always spoke volumes. Their bond was unbreakable, or so Lauren thought. On a gray, drizzly morning, Lauren texted Emma as usual. "Pub this weekend? First round's on me." The message failed to deliver. Frowning, she tried calling. No answer. Emma had a tendency to lose her phone, so Lauren didn't think much of it. But when she passed Emma's cottage later that day, she noticed something strange. The curtains were open, and the house was completely bare. Concern turned to dread when Lauren knocked, and an unfamiliar man answered the door. "I'm looking for Emma," Lauren said hesitantly. "She lives here." The man's brow furrowed. "I've lived here for 6 years. There's no Emma." Lauren laughed nervously. "That's impossible. I was just here a week ago. She's my best friend." "I don't know what to tell you, miss," he said, closing the door. Lauren left, her mind racing. When she called their mutual friends, they all gave her the same bewildered response. "Who's Emma?" By the next morning, Emma's absence had consumed her. Social media showed no trace of her. Shared photos were gone, replaced by blank spots where Emma should have been. Even Lauren's own memories felt fragile, as if they might dissolve at any moment. And then, it happened again. 2 days later, Mike vanished. Lauren called him to vent about Emma, but his phone number was disconnected. His apartment was rented to a stranger. No one at his workplace remembered him. Lauren couldn't shake the feeling of a presence watching her, a cold, creeping sensation that sank into her bones. She turned to Jules, her last remaining friend. Meeting him at their usual pub, she gripped his arm tightly. "Jules, this can't be a coincidence," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Emma's gone. Now Mike. It's like they're being erased." Jules didn't meet her eyes. Instead, he stared at his beer, his face pale. "It's starting again," he muttered under his breath. "What's starting again?" Lauren demanded. He finally looked at her, his eyes filled with fear. "The pact. We made a pact, Lauren. Don't you remember?" Her stomach churned. "What are you talking about? What pact?" Jules leaned in, his voice barely audible. "The summer of '99, the Whispering Circle, the Forgotten One. We swore an oath, and now it's collecting." Before Lauren could press him for more, Jules abruptly stood and left. The next morning, he was gone too. With no one left to turn to, Lauren dug through her memories, desperate for answers. The summer of 1999 had always been a blur. She remembered lazy afternoons exploring the forest with her friends, daring each other to approach the eerie clearing everyone called the Whispering Circle. But there were gaps in her memory, as if someone had torn pages out of her mind. She needed proof. Climbing into her attic, she searched through dusty boxes until she found it, a cardboard box labeled 1999. Summer Pact. Inside were Polaroids of her and her friends in the forest, laughing and carefree. Beneath the photos lay a weathered notebook. Her heart raced as she opened it to the first page. The words hit her like a punch to the gut. "We swear to the Forgotten One. A friend forever gone is a life forever won." Fragments of memory came flooding back. That summer they had been obsessed with the legend of the Forgotten One. a spirit said to grant wishes at a terrible cost. They had treated it as a game, daring each other to summon it in the whispering circle. Lauren remembered their laughter as they recited the oath, but she also remembered the whispers that followed, a low, guttural voice promising them their deepest desires. They had each made a wish. Lauren couldn't recall what she had wished for, but the pact was clear. The Forgotten One would grant their desires, and in return, it would claim them one by one. Determined to stop the disappearances, Lauren returned to the whispering circle. The forest felt alive, its branches twisting unnaturally, as if reaching for her. In the center of the clearing stood a ring of moss-covered stones. At its heart lay an ancient wooden box, its surface etched with symbols that seemed to pulse with a faint glow. Inside the box was a mirror. Lauren hesitated before looking into it. Her reflection stared back at her, but it was distorted, her face stretched, her eyes hollow. A voice echoed around her, low and chilling. "You seek to end the pact." "Yes," she whispered. "Bring them back." The mirror shimmered, revealing an image of her friends laughing together, alive and happy. But as the vision faded, Lauren saw the price, her own face disappearing, her presence erased from their lives. "They will live," the voice said, "but you will be forgotten." Lauren made her choice. The next morning, Emma, Mike, and Jules woke up in their beds, completely unaware of what had happened. To them, Lauren had never existed. Her belongings were gone, her name erased from their memories. She was nothing more than a void in their lives. But Lauren wasn't entirely gone. Late at night, they began to hear faint whispers in their dreams, fragments of laughter carried on the wind, and the scent of her perfume lingering in empty rooms. Unbeknownst to them, Lauren had become the new Forgotten One, bound to the forest, watching over the friends she had sacrificed herself for. Her presence was now a shadow, a fleeting echo in the lives of those she loved. What would you have done in Lauren's place? Would you sacrifice yourself for your friends, knowing they'd never remember you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Shadow Stories for more haunting tales of the unknown. Who knows? Maybe you've made a pact you've long forgotten.